Mike Singer, blueandgold.com, joined by our beat writer, Patrick Engel. Another video breaking down Notre Dame's top 25 most important players for the 2020 season, a list put together by our staff members. Checking in at number 17, Patrick, is Shaun Crawford. So this is a most important players list. If you took this player off the team, how would it affect the Fighting Irish? Well, in Crawford's case, he's someone who's you've taken off of the roster due to injuries. Not literally he's off the team, but taking him off the depth chart because he is someone who's been banged up. This is now a sixth-year senior. It didn't look like he was going to come back for a sixth year. And then I think the Fighting Irish just really needed him, and he had the opportunity to play a ton this year and be a starter. So here he is at number 17. Is this a guy who we have him high on this list? I actually had him myself right at 17. Do you think he's someone who's this high on the countdown? Because, man, if he does pan out and can stay healthy, then he's going to give Notre Dame a big boost.
For me, it was absolutely about just the experience and just not really having a lot of that. And that if you take him away, where all of a sudden do you look? I mean, 6 of the 9 corners on Notre Dame's roster have 4 years of eligibility left. You kind of really would need to dig deep in there if there's a hit to that room or two. And certainly, of course, that's a little bit of a worrisome thing with Crawford, given the injury history, and a little bit of why I had him a little lower than our ranking here, not personally on 22nd on my list. But absolutely, if he's on the field, he really helps them. He's kind of that slot corner, nickel corner, field corner sense who can run with quicker receivers and is fluid enough to kind of stick with guys in the open field. And you look at Notre Dame's kind of 3 experienced corners, each of them has a little bit of a defined thing, where Crawford's the kind of the smaller, but still plenty fast enough to be able to run with those slot receivers. Tariq Bracy being kind of the field guy with a little more versatility, and Nick McLeod, the graduate transfer from NC State, being, at least right now as it stands, the projectable boundary corner with a pretty clear path there. So given the overall lack of experience and question marks in the room, it's a pretty good top 3 here. Crawford's absolutely a part of that if he's able to stay healthy.
Is cornerback the biggest question mark that you have on the defense? Notre Dame's linebackers are great. Defensive line's looking great. Is cornerback the position you're most worried about or concerned about, I should say?
I think it's definitely the most unsettled, and Crawford kind of playing into that is one of the kind of sure things you have there, which is really where a lot of that importance come from. If he's on the field, you kind of know what you're getting in the sense, and that he's going to be pretty reliable, and you know where you can play him. And it means a lot for them if he's healthy, to just kind of have someone you can put in there at one of those spots, be the nickel, slot, field corner, wherever you want to put him, and that just kind of overall settles one position here at a spot that's still largely unsettled, especially as you go into who's potentially the nickel and the dime corners and all that if you're in the event of an injury.